My name is Aaron.
My name is Colin.
And this is the Sports Hive Show.
Woo!
Dude, we got a whole production here. It's pretty legit. I mean, we've been talking about doing this for, well, are we on episode 23 now? 23. A little bit past the timeline. I was thinking December, January, but no, we're in February now, which means the Super Bowl is around the corner. Indeed. Do we still got the Seahawks over the Pats? Or did you change your mind in the past week?
No, I'm for sure going to go with the Seahawks still. Did you see that in an interview Drake May was at, like yesterday or today? And some lady, she was like, are you guys planning to win the game on Sunday?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Not this game. We won all the other games we played, except for 3 of them. But definitely not planning to win this one.
And then apparently there's also a bunch of people that, quote unquote, or started a movement that said, gay for May.
What?
But then also someone said, ham for Sam.
I'm ham for Sam. Yeah, I think the Seahawks are still going to win this game. And I still think it's going to be a blowout. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be a close game? Or do you think it'll actually end up being a blowout?
I think it'll be a blowout. Even Surtain on the Broncos, he could have been salty for losing to the Patriots.
Most likely.
But he said that the Seahawks were going to win 34-6.
Yikes.
So.
Team give him a touchdown. 2 field goals, that's it.
I think it'll be too big for him, as in the Patriots, as in May and Vrabel and company. But we'll see. That's why you play the game. Well, awesome. Well, before we get too far into football, basketball, and baseball, I just want to remind everybody that we're on Spotify and Apple. So if you guys want to follow us on our podcasts there, we're actually starting to do visual. So we're actually now on YouTube to where you can listen to us and you'll be able to see us via video now. So if you guys want to go ahead and share with your family and friends, that would be much appreciated. Thank you for opening your drink right in the middle of that segment. Even if you don't like these people, go ahead and still send it to them. If you like your family a little bit, go ahead and send it to them as well. That'd be much appreciated. And I will remind you again towards the end of the show. So, dude, did you catch any of the Pro Bowl? That was tonight, actually, Tuesday night. You catch any of it? Didn't.
Of course
not. All I know
not.
is that the AFC, I think, at one point had a pretty large lead. But
not by the end of it.
No, the NFC won. And I had just...
It was 66-52,
yes.
NFC.
Yeah, and I think the AFC was up like 38 to like 16 or something. I don't know.
I believe it.
It was something crazy that the AFC was up by, and then NFC just came back and won. But I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the Pro Bowl anymore.
I don't think anybody really does. I'll be surprised to see what the ratings are for this year, to see if it increased, decreased, or if it stayed the same. But I think it probably decreased.
Probably.
In all honesty,
just middle of the week.
That middle of the week, plus, I mean, usually Super Bowls get hyped up, you know? And I just don't feel like this Super Bowl being, like, super hyped up. So I think there's just going to be, like, less viewerships this year. Maybe that's just me, or maybe that is actually a trend. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, you only got, this is the, second day into media day, I guess, or media week.
Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because I've only seen a few things, like an interview with May, interview with Darnold, then the coaches. But then other than that, I haven't seen too much.
Right.
And like I feel like people are more focused on like the trade deadline for the NBA right now.
Which is in 2 days.
And then, correct. And then also people were on the coaching hiring for the teams that were left. So like, I know it's weird that the Super Bowl's been kind of like overlooked.
It totally has been overlooked. Well, bless you, sir.
Oh, well, thank you. Sorry about it.
Say sorry to Kobe.
No, I more sneezed on myself than I did him, but I'm sure he would not mind. But
yeah, it's just, I don't feel like it's just as hyped because I think everybody kind of knows who the winner's going to be. Like I mentioned last week, I'm sure 95% of people out there, football fans, will say the Seahawks are winning this thing. So I just don't think it's as hyped as normal, like other playoff games have been or regular season games have been this year. So Yeah. So do we have all head coach vacancies filled up now?
We do indeed.
I know who the Cardinals got as of yesterday or 2 days ago. We got...
Brother from the same mother.
Yep. Mike LaFleur, brother of Matt LaFleur, now the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
And then the Raiders and the Browns filled out their spots.
Who the Browns get?
The Browns got Todd Monken, who was the offensive coordinator for the Ravens. Not last year, but the year prior, I believe, because I'm pretty sure he took a year off.
Yeah, I think he did.
And so people thought that with Harbaugh going to the Giants, that Monken was just going to go with him. At least says our sister. I'm sure she's correct when it comes to other Ravens fans. But yeah, we'll see how that works out for the Browns. So then that leaves all the jobs filled at head coaching spots anyway. But then there's still like offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators.
That still need to be filled out.
Ideally, the Packers special teams coach needs to become available. That vacancy.
You're just sitting there praying.
Yes.
Praying for something to happen for you guys.
As I texted you and Father and Shannon, the Packers are keeping all the doorknob licking coaches that I want to get rid of. And they're getting rid of all the good ones.
Awesome.
You know, it's fantastic. I love it. And I was trying to talk to one of the customers I saw today, who's Brett, who's a Dolphins fan. And I was like, "Oh, you just got
Sorry, Brett.
You just like stole my defensive coordinator from me." He goes, "Who's that?" I was like,
okay, so he's not a fan.
Jeff Halfley. He's like the new coach of the Dolphins. He's like, "Did I hear about that?" I was like, "I don't know. It happened like over like a week or two ago, dude." And then,
I love those types of people who say they're fans and are like, "Oh, who's that player?" No, nobody. He's just your starting quarterback. Like,
yeah,
I love running into those people.
But
you're not a fan.
He seemed more of a Dan Marino fan because he had the Dan Marino jersey signed and framed up in his house.
That's right, he does.
So, yeah.
Yep, I do remember that. So he just gave up probably after the Marino era.
I probably would too. There's not been a lot of hope since. But, so then you have the Cardinals hiring Michael for Raiders, Clint Kubiak.
Not official yet, but most likely there's a 99.9% chance that's happening. So,
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't unless Clint just wanted to stay in Seattle and
which he totally could. I mean, he can keep balling it.
yeah, less money, but I mean, also the chance to like build up more of a resume,
Right.
and his stock to not go down. And then the Giants with John Harbaugh, of course, Falcons and Kevin Stefanski, Dolphins Halfley, Titans Robert Saleh, Ravens Jesse Minter. That might have been new within this last week, I believe. Also,
I think that was more a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
maybe a week and some change. Yeah, Steelers Mike McCarthy, and then Bills Joe Brady, Browns Todd Monken. Then everybody else is the same. Well, Mike Tomlin not coaching anymore. McDermott not coaching this year. So then that leaves just those two that got relieved of duties or quit that don't have jobs, I believe.
Are you excited about any of the new head coaches and coordinators combination for going into next year? Because Matt Nagy just became the offensive coordinator for the Giants.
Yes.
So him and Harbaugh teaming up, and the Titans, Robert Saleh and Dable
Yeah.
have teamed up. Some hefty names are teaming up.
After Nagy got hired, someone said, "Can't blow a fourth quarter lead if you never have it."
Yes. True story.
I don't know. Nagy, I think, is a better offensive coordinator than he is a coach, because obviously he coached the Bears for a while and he was atrocious. So it was delightful while he was there.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the Chiefs didn't do so hot this last year offensively, but like I think the year prior he was there, no?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. I like Dable and Saleh. Maybe Jonathan Gannon and my LaFleur together.
Which out of these teams do you think is going to make that turnaround from worst to best? Out of these 10 teams that filled up their head coach vacancies and their coordinator vacancies,
9.
can you see
What is 10? My fault.
that you can see making the switch from 3-14 to 14-3, like the Patriots did? Is there any team that can
do a 1 year turnaround if you were to pick?
Probably the Giants.
Yeah.
Giants, Cardinals, and Raiders would. Well, there's quite a bit because
Yeah, that's a big ask.
Yeah,
for the Cardinals and Raiders, at least. I can see the Giants. I agree with you on that.
Well, the Raiders getting Kubiak and then still having the number 1 overall pick. If Mendoza comes in hot.
Mendoza's starting for the Raiders next year.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. The Cardinals and Mike and their quarterback situation, we'll see.
It's our quarterback situation is going to be our holdup. We're not going to do too much next year. Maybe a 500 ball club, but
Falcons are probably going to do worse than they did with Raheem Morris.
Which Raheem Morris is now
the DC of the Niners.
Yes, which is a great move by the Niners.
Yes.
Go from Saleh to Raheem.
And Saleh did take some of the other defensive coaches with him to Tennessee.
Right, so Raheem's is going to bring his.
Yeah, most likely. I don't know. I still think the Browns are going to be the Browns. The Steelers are going to be a 500 ball club still with McCarthy, and Rodgers will most likely come back.
They graded that as an F. I like that.
I don't know how reliable these grades are. I don't know if they were, because they give the Cardinals an A, Raiders an A+, Giants an A.
Agreed.
Falcons an A+ with Stefanski.
No.
Dolphins a C with Halfley.
That should be higher.
Titans solid D.
Way higher.
Ravens Minter B+.
That should be south.
Steelers McCarthy F.
That should be a little
Bills higher. Joe Brady F-, which I don't think that's even a grade. Browns Todd Monken a C.
It is if you fail geometry 3 times.
I guess.
Dude, that's crazy. I guess we'll see what happens this next year with those teams. It's exciting whenever you get a new head coach and see what's going to happen. If it's going to be more of the same, or if this head coach is actually going to do something. I'm excited to see, honestly, what Mike and Clint do. I know John is going to get the Giants squared away. I feel like they're going to compete next year. Mm-hmm. I agree with the assumption of going from worst to best, and I see that they could probably win the division next year with Dable and Harbaugh there, which I think would be awesome. But I like the hiring of Mike just because he came from the Shanahan and Sean McVay coaching tree.
As did Matt.
Right. And that coaching tree is solid. It's solid. And Mike's had stints with both those guys and their coaching staff, so I'm hoping he can just bring his stuff over and get the best coaching staff we can get.
Yeah, we'll see on who all the head coaches hire for their needed positions. And I don't understand for the life of me. Everybody knows that the Packers need to fire Bisaccia, except for
the Packers.
Everybody knows it. But no, who am I? Who am I to judge? Just a fan.
Just a fan that can't do nothing.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
Nope.
I don't know nothing.
Nobody does. Dude. So, we have basketball in the middle of their season. Trade deadline 2 days away. So, James Harden today got traded from the Clippers. Yes, the Clippers. yeah. To the Clippers, LA Clippers, to the Cleveland. Oh, my goodness.
From the Los Angeles Clippers to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Contagious.
Words are hard.
Contagious.
Words are hard.
Much.
My goodness. But yes, no, James Harden. That's probably the biggest trade to go down.
Well, the biggest name.
The biggest name to go down, I guess. Not the biggest trade, but the biggest name.
Not the most impactful, I don't think, so far.
Yeah.
But his NBA journey, as you can see right there, he was drafted by the Thunder, traded to the Rockets, demanded trade from Rockets, traded to the Nets, demanded trade from Nets, traded to the Sixers, demanded trade from Sixers, traded to the Clippers, worked with Clippers on a trade. Now he's on the Cavs.
And he's an Arizona native. He went to ASU. But yeah, he's been around the ringer.
Tossed around. On his own accord, though.
Right. Do you think he does anything in Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell? And probably LeBron James going back to them next year?
Well, then that would leave Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and then if Bron goes there, he'll be small forward, and then that would have Evan Mobley at power forward, and then Jarrett Allen at center. So...
Do you think that lineup can happen?
And if stay so, healthy?
Yeah, exactly. Can they stay healthy and actually do something in the East?
Not a lot of defense being played except for Mobley and Allen.
Right.
Harden's not going to do it. Donovan, sometimes. Bron, he'll be 42 if he goes back. And we'll see. I think it'd be cool if Bron were to leave and not retire, for him to go back to the Cavs one more season.
And then retire with Cleveland?
Correct. That would be, like, I think it is time.
For sure.
For Bron to leave. Also saves up a lot more money for this to happen for the Lakers.
What, to get
if Giannis
Joker? Oh, Giannis
makes it through the trade deadline, says the Lakers are a real threat for Giannis this offseason if he isn't traded by the deadline. But if the Bucks do ultimately decide to take this saga into that spring, the Lakers would then indeed become a very viable threat to land number 34. There is little choice for the Lakers heading into Thursday's deadline except to stay patient and avoid deals that involve any long-term salary to maintain maximum flexibility for the spring. The hope would be to use their considerable projected salary cap space to be able to take in a contract like Giannis via trade or another expensive star if one shakes loose post-playoffs to pair with backcourt cornerstones Luka and Reeves. And dealing with the Lakers in such a scenario would almost certainly spare the Bucks from getting saddled with unwanted contracts.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if another LA team like this goes for a big star and lands them, because that's all LA sports knows and how to do is land big sports names. So if Giannis does go to the Lakers, you can write it for next year, NBA championship, done.
Well, if everybody stays healthy.
Dodgers, World Series, done.
3-peat.
Yeah. Yeah, and just Chargers choking in the playoffs, done.
Rams making
winning
it far.
Super Bowl,
maybe.
check. Like, the trifecta. It's crazy.
Well, see, yeah, all three of those teams have won the championship within a few years of each other, because the Lakers did it in the bubble 2020. The Dodgers have gone back to back.
Yep.
And then the Rams won it in 22, I believe, against the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sucks.
I don't pay attention too much to hockey, but I don't know if the LA Kings got far at all. I was going to say.
I don't pay attention to hockey either.
All three of them.
We never uttered hockey in our 23 episodes until now.
Well, I went to the ASU hockey game a few weeks back, or a month or two, whatever that was.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Hey, we are going to the Suns-Lakers game at the end of the month.
Indeed, we are.
Nosebleeders, baby. But we there.
It'll be 4 of us, 2 rooting for the Lakers, 2 rooting for the Suns.
Can't afford lower level seats for these types of games because we don't have any sponsors yet. But maybe one day. Ghosts. Drink them every day, sometimes twice a day, like today.
Just for the taste.
Yes. All right. Well, baseball. Guess what? Pitchers and catchers. Report
soon.
7 days. Do you know when spring training starts? 17 days. Do you know when opening day is for Major League Baseball? 51 days, baby.
I was going to say 27, but
around the corner. And the Arizona Diamondbacks looking like they're good on paper. But we shall see how many games we miss playoffs this year by. Whether it's 1, 2, or 3. Because the last couple years, nope. But we landed first baseman Carlos Santana, who's been in the league forever. And then we most likely will get Zach back, our pitcher, Gallen. Nobody is going after him for some reason or another. So thoughts are that he comes back to the Diamondbacks on a 2-year deal with after a year option to opt out if he wanted to. So we might get him back. So we shall see. It's going to be a good time. Baseball is just fun. I have no expectations of my sports teams anymore, especially being out here for the last 10 years and knowing what Arizona sports brings. Just enough to give people hope of having a good season and maybe making it all the way.
yeah.
Kind of thing. So we shall see. It's going to be a good season, I think.
Yeah, we'll see how
That's
it
why
goes.
I'm wearing all Diamondback stuff.
Well, except for the Cardinals hat and the Cardinals football.
Yeah, besides that, I just have to
Yeah.
show that off because we got a new coach, and I'm excited about it.
Mediocrity at its finest. Yeah, it's a cool ball.
It is. Got it at the game.
I know.
$40.
I got my cheese head for about 10.
Dude, you should have worn it.
Maybe I should have. It's in my closet. It's like a shrine. I put lamps right next to it.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's like a lamp, cheesehead.
Oh, that's funny. What other? Do we have any other NBA trades? I think there was a couple that landed yesterday and today. Is there something going on with your mic there?
There is. I accidentally hit it. But
It's falling over, it looks like.
the Memphis Grizzlies, they traded Jaren Jackson Jr.,
Ooh.
John Conchard, Jacques Londale, and Vince Williams Jr. to the Utah Jazz for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 first-round picks.
Wow. Just getting Jaren Jackson Jr. is awesome.
He's a very good player. But
I'm not too familiar with the other in that trade, though.
Clayton Jr. and Kyle Anderson are good. So is Niang. The other one's not too familiar with either. We also got to think about this. Luka went for only 1 first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Trae Young went for none. And then Jaren goes for 3. Even Desmond Bane went for like 4.
Right. Where did Bang go?
Magic.
That's right.
So the only one left on the Grizzlies out of Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Morant, and Bane is just Ja.
Yes, that's right.
And that was when they went to like kind of close to the Western Conference Finals that season, I
I
believe.
think they made it this series before that. But yeah, they were a good squad for a minute there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ja decided that he wants to get in trouble. And kind of
Correct.
just...
After he said, I'm fine in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not so fine in the West.
No. Do you think he gets traded? I know there's been
Most likely.
stories around him getting traded. Do you think it'll happen in 2 days, or does it happen in the offseason?
Probably off season. I feel like right now it'd be too much. But you never know. There's 2 days left, so.
Yeah. And what is the Grizzlies' record right now? What's that? What are the standings for the West and for the East?
Let's see, shall we? The Grizzlies are an 11 seed at 19 and 29.
3-7 in their last 10, but they are on a 1-game winning streak.
That's really good.
Dude.
And then the Jazz are, what does that say? 16 and 35.
You need glasses?
Yeah, that's why I have them here, brother.
Yeah. 16 and 35, 2-8 in their last 10, and they are on a 1-game winning streak as
So
well.
he went from booty to cheeks is what Triple J went to.
Yeah, and the Mavericks. Do you like Cooper Flag?
I like him.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to be a star?
He better be for Dallas' sake.
Right. Did you see that 40-point game the other night? I didn't watch the game. I watched highlights.
I also watched highlights, and
He was popping off.
Fantasy Basketball let me know about it
Ah.
because I think he was injured at one point, and then I took him out of my starting lineup and then forgot to put him back in, and then he had that game on my bench, so then I was not able to use him at all for those points.
Well, both.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Fantasy basketball is just too much for me because you just have to literally look at it every single day.
Yeah, more than once a day.
Yeah. NFL's good for me. NFL and doing 3 different leagues, I'm chill. I'm chill with that. And even sometimes I'm like, oh, crap, I didn't put this person in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and then plus you got to look at your wife's team because she barely pays attention too. And
I mean, she kicked all of her butts in the regular season, so.
oh, yeah, in your guys' league.
So from 1 to 15, you got Thunder being the best at 40 and 11, and old stopping ground, the Sacramento Kings at 12 and 39. So you have quite the spread there.
I'm sure the East is probably more spread, give or take the same.
A little bit closer.
Pacers at 13 and 38 at the bottom, which they were just in the Eastern Conference Finals last season. And then the Pistons at 37 and 12. And they were at the bottom last season. So they just switched.
It's crazy, just 1 year difference
Mm-hmm.
for one team. They could really make a big difference. So who out of the East is going to the NBA Finals?
Probably the Pistons, I would say. Unless Harden on the Cavs can make some noise. The Celtics just traded for Nikola Vucevic. So we'll see if that helps them. The Pistons also made a trade. And they got... Ooh, who'd they get?
I did not know they made a trade.
Yeah, I think I told you about this. Chicago, Minnesota, and Detroit have agreed to a multi-team deal that sends Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley to the Bulls and Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric to the Pistons.
Oh, wow. Dario to the Pistons. He was on the Suns a couple years back.
Mm-hmm. You have Dario and then Herder are both good pickups, I think, for the Pistons. So
If you see us looking away, it's because we're paying attention to my pug, Rolly. And he's kind of just walking around and probably going to hit one of these things here eventually, but he's just in between the mic and one of our cameras, so he's just chilling.
on a blanket.
Yep.
Yep.
He likes blankets. Wherever blankets goes, he goes. He doesn't care where they're at. He's just going to plop.
He's had a rough day today.
Shoot. 4 loud kids. Agreed. And then who out of the West, then, is going to the NBA Finals?
My biasness would say the Lakers, but
There's a lot of competition. I can see any one of the top 10 teams, really.
not the Blazers, not the Clippers,
I would say the top 7 teams.
not the Timberwolves. I'd say the Suns and the Warriors can maybe squeak in there at 6 and 7 instead of 7 and 8. I don't know. All these teams haven't really been too consistently good except for the Thunder, but then now they're also losing. In their last 10, they're 6 and 4. If the Lakers, if Braun, Luka, and AR can all stay healthy, they've played, counting tonight, 9 games together out of the 49 they've played.
And they are sitting at 30 and 19.
Correct. But I don't know what their record is in those 9 games. They won tonight, so I believe it's around probably like 6 and 3, 7 and 2.
They're a dangerous trio, but I would have to agree with you. If they can stay healthy, the Lakers are probably going to represent the West.
Yeah, and then if Ayton, he had like a 25 and 15 game the other day.
Ayton's like this though.
Yeah, so
He's getting 25-10 and
he need to be like this
Yeah.
all the time. That's why he was number 1 pick out of ASU or U of A, my bad. So he's got to play up to that potential because he really hasn't.
not really. No, he
Anywhere.
had one good year when the Suns went to the finals, but even then in the playoffs he kind of faltered, and he wasn't as aggressive. His big thing is he doesn't play defense all that well in most games, like James Harden.
Yeah, which the Lakers in the starting 5 of Luka, AR, Braun, Ayton, and Rui, who have you. Ayton needs to be that dude that is the cornerstone of the defense.
Yeah, I would agree
At
with you
least
there.
in the paint, and then Rui, followed by Reeves, and then I'm not going to ask too much of LeBron because he's 41. He's
Right.
been doing his thing.
But he just dropped 25 tonight
He did.
at 41. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's
25
He's still
three.
doing his thing.
25, 3, and 7, I believe.
Yeah, I think the Suns might make a little bit of noise, but they're not going to go too far just because the injuries always get them. Because right now they're battling Devin Booker's injury, and then Jalen Green has played maybe a game and a half, maybe 2.5 games, and he's injured.
Well, the Suns are in the play-in right now.
Right. And the goal is not to be in the play-in.
Correct.
But,
You need to be in that top 6.
yeah, it is what it is right now.
So as it lies, it would be the Thunder playing the Warriors, Spurs playing the Suns. God bless, you're not making it past that.
Nope.
Nuggets and Timberwolves and the Rockets and Lakers would be pretty good. And
All
the
those
Rockets and
matchups would be.
Rockets and Lakers one, yeah.
Hmm.
But we'll see. I think Jokic is still hurt. The Rockets just lost Steven Adams for the season, but he was
I saw
off the
that.
bench, I believe,
But still, that's a big piece.
for a backup center, yeah.
Yeah.
Wemby's been hurt off and on, still doing his thing, though. We'll see. We shall see.
So who wins the MVP for the NBA this year?
It best be Luka. Especially if the Lakers, like, squeak into, like, the 2 seed, because there's only a 3-game spread between the 2nd and the 5th seed? The 2nd and the 6th seed, really. There's a 3-game spread between those 5 seeds. So, Lakers got to get hot at the right time, and then if they make it to the finals, I don't see why they would not give it to him. He's
Right.
been playing, other than Wemby, he's been playing, I feel like, better. I'm not really counting Shea because I can't give it to him again.
No,
I
not
can't-
back to back.
And you can't count Jokic anymore because he's been hurt. So then,
So if Luka stays Luka in the second half of the season after the All-Star break, he wins it.
hopefully, it'll be his first
Right.
because he ain't got one yet. He could have had an argument for it last year, but
I agree with that. I think Luka can win it.
Luka, Wemby, Jokic, or Shea would be probably the top 4. I don't see anybody else really
Right.
creeping in.
Awesome. Got to pay attention to the NBA
It's just getting fun. But speaking of MVPs and awards, we got the NFL honors on, Thursday? So we shall find out.
The 5th, yeah, on the 5th.
We shall find out who our MVP is for the NFL and all those awards. So is it still Matthew Stafford? Pretty much a shoo-in?
The leaders, says NFL.com, for the MVP is Stafford, sitting at 22 votes. In second place is May at 5. And
who votes? Can't be the same fools that are in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know. I would not be surprised if it was the same people as the Hall of Fame.
I think there might be like a media, like some people from the media get to vote.
Media does get to vote, but I can't remember what they vote for or if it's both. Executives might vote for Hall of Fame, and the media might vote for this.
For MVPs and those
I
types of
believe
awards,
so.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Because Hall of Fame is a little bit more important than...
Who knows now?
Supposedly.
Who knows now? You might get Bill Belichick and not make it first ballot anymore.
Or Robert Kraft.
Or Robert Kraft. No, he got Bill Belichick too. Now, that's crazy. Both those studs, regardless of the human beings that you may or may not be, not making first ballots, which is insane. Well, speaking of, when Tom Brady is eligible in what you said, 28?
Yep.
Do you think he makes first ballot? Or because of this trend of Spygate, Deflategate being the reasons that Kraft and Belichick didn't make it, most likely, does Tom Brady make it first ballot?
Ideally, he should, but he shouldn't get a slap on the wrist. At least, he shouldn't. Because,
Because Kraft and Belichick didn't make it.
It's tough. It's a tough one.
We're talking about the best dynasty that's ever been in the NFL. And its owner, head coach, and quarterback. All number ones in what they do. And 2 of 3 not first ballot Hall of Famers. So I'm just trying to think, like in a couple years when Tom Brady's eligible, would we be surprised if he doesn't make first ballot Hall of Fame? Or will we be surprised if he makes first ballot Hall of Fame?
I guess it's a little bit of both now.
Yeah.
Because then you also, you have to look at Gronkowski as well next season because he's eligible first before Brady, whether he gets a slap on the wrist or not for whatever was going on with the Patriots. But
Gronk is Gronk.
Yeah, Rob, he probably hadn't really, honestly, no idea what was going on. And
Probably not.
Also couldn't tell if the ball was flat or if it was pumped up. That boy just a meathead.
I think he was just balling. I think he's probably going to be first ballot like we were talking off camera.
Yeah.
I think he's solid still. But Tom Brady being in the midst of all that, I guess we'll see what happens. But not to have Bill and Robert not be first ballot Hall of Famers is crazy to me.
Yeah, and
regardless of the people that you may or may not be, your resume suggests you're a first ballot Hall of Famer.
yes, Stephen A. Smith on First Take said that as well. He basically said, I could hate you.
That's right.
I could hate you,
Yep.
but I'm not going to discredit what you did for, a sport.
Right.
And, he was talking about, Phil Jackson and, how Phil's got 11 championships, 6 with the Bulls, 5 with the Lakers. And then you're not going to discredit all that because of how his executive job on the Knicks went.
Yeah.
So you're not, you can't discredit what they accomplished as a pro in their profession based off how they are as a person.
Right.
Or if you don't like them as a person, you have beef, or you don't like the Patriots, you don't like Bill, or they beat up your favorite team too many times.
It shouldn't matter.
And I went through phases of not liking Brady. I'm sure everybody did. Kind of how people are with Mahomes right now, how people were with the Manning brothers or Roethlisberger or Rodgers. People don't like winners.
Right.
Unless they're winning for your team, then you like them.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I learned to go away with that process of thinking. Because when I was a kid, I did not like Kobe. And I didn't like Tom Brady. But, yep. But as a fan of the sport, I respected their game. Especially now, since Kobe's been retired and passed away, he's a top
3 NBA player of all time, I think. And it's just, you have to see greatness for what it is, regardless of what other people think of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a resume is a resume. Doesn't matter what you do on the outside, obviously, because a lot of these guys get jobs for being so good when their home life is actual crap. But no, Stephen A. Smith rant was awesome because it was what everybody's feeling.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I listened to it while I was driving at like the end of work day, and
it was spot on.
Yeah,
spot on.
Well said.
Right.
And I don't think he was a huge Patriots fan either.
Right.
So, but he's very opinionated.
Oh, for sure. As a media guy like that, he has to be opinionated. He obviously doesn't like LeBron.
No.
But he doesn't discredit what LeBron has been able to do as a pro and his longevity of career. Like, LeBron is easily going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, and going down as one of the best players to ever play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. And I'm talking like old era. Like, when people think of the NBA, they're going to think Michael Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. At least those are the 3 people in my eyes that kids 40 years down the line, when we're old and telling our grandkids about sports, those are the 3 names that are always going to pop up, especially for basketball.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent that we've watched in the NBA, but generational, not so much, except for Bron, Kobe. Now, the foreigners can make some noise, as in like Wemby and Luka and Jokic, if they, depending on what they do, the rest of their tenure.
Yeah, Wemby and Luka are going to be a force.
Oh, yeah.
For a long time.
Then the NFL, you have, I mean, obviously Mahomes and Andy Reid, Travis Kelce coming back.
And a lot of the young up-and-comers, too, that are playing ball right now, and they're playing really good ball. So we'll see. Generational talents. But since we're talking a lot about the NBA and segueing to the NBA here in the next couple of weeks, I got to ask this question. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
1, 2, 3. Where are you putting them?
I think I'd said this a million weeks ago. I'm pretty sure it was... I'm going to be partial, of course. I'm going to say Kobe number 1. I'm going to say Bron number 2, and I'll probably say Jordan number 3. Because if...
And how are you suggesting those numbers, basing it off of?
Just based off of... Kobe has more, like, obviously more rings than Bron.
Kobe has 5.
Yeah.
Bron has 4.
Yeah, 1 with the Cavs, 1 with the Lakers, 2 with the Heat.
Yes, so 4.
4 out of 10.
Right.
Kobe has 5 out of 7, and then Michael 6-0. But then Kobe and Bron are ahead of Michael in like almost every stat that you can be, and then Bron's number 1 in all of those. Like, I believe minutes played, points scored, all that jazz. So then the only thing that Michael has over Bron is the
2 more
finals record.
championships.
And yeah, like
6-0 in the finals versus 4-10 or 4-6.
Yeah, 4 and 6. Would you rather go to 10 finals and win 4 of them, or go to 6 and win all 6? So
that's a great question.
Or why Kobe's perfect, or you go to 7 and you win 5. Actually, yeah, it was 7 because the Pistons beat the Lakers when they could have gone on a 4-peat, and then he lost to Boston in 07 to 08, I believe.
So if you're going off numbers, you say Kobe, LeBron, and Michael?
Mm-hmm. And then based off of how I watched them, obviously growing up, I watched a lot more Kobe than anybody else, as in like out of LeBron and Michael, because Michael retired and he retired like 3 times?
Yeah, he retired from the Bulls after 3 championships with them, came back and won 3 more.
Left.
And then left and went to the Wizards, I think, for a year or 2.
Well, he was a player coach on the Wizards.
That's right, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then retired, I think, it was like 01. Because Kobe had just gone into the league in 98 or 96, around that era.
96.
So they played a couple years with each other, or against each other, really. So you got Kobe, LeBron, and Michael. It's not bad. That's not bad.
What would you say, LeBron, Michael, Kobe? Is that your 3?
No, Kobe's my number one. If we're going off likeness and mentality and effort, it's Mamba.
Like pure basketball player?
Mamba.
Yeah.
It's Kobe. I would take Kobe one-on-one versus
anybody.
LeBron, Jordan, anybody. Kobe's winning that game. 100%. And nobody's going to talk me out of that one.
Yeah, he's obviously more nitty-gritty, more tough than...
Kobe mirrored his game after Jordan. Obviously, if you're looking at tapes, if you're a fan of basketball for the last couple of years even, or especially the last 20 to 30 years, you know that Kobe mirrored his game after Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder what Jordan would say right now. Kobe and LeBron probably 1 and 2, but he's probably not putting himself up on the pedestal anymore, but obviously in their prime. But I think my likeness, Kobe, and then Jordan, and then LeBron, but off of like true accolades, is Kobe, LeBron, and Michael. I say it's harder to get to 10 finals, and
in a row, mind you.
Right, the 10. That's hard. I mean, that games don't come easy. The years on these players don't come easy,
especially that decade that he did it for.
Right. And honestly, we're only talking about a couple of games separate him and Jordan from greatness. Like, he just won 2 more finals, which really realistically is just a couple of games. We were talking the best player of all time.
Yeah.
All time, no discussion.
Which is doable because if Durant never went to Golden State, then it was still the Cavs and Warriors matching up for those 2 years that the Warriors went back-to-back.
Right.
So then those two could have been bronze, in theory.
Right.
Or if the Mavericks didn't beat the Heat in their first year, if the Spurs never beat the Heat in that 4th year.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. It's just a couple of games. Literally a couple of games, couple quarters separate the talk between who'd better, LeBron or Jordan.
Yeah.
But hey, if the Lakers win championship this year, that argument's getting closer and closer to LeBron being the all-time great player, because he has everything.
Like, I want the Lakers to win, but then I also don't want Bron to tie Kobe's 5 rings. So I was like, well,
I get that.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
But real quick, we were talking about it, and we lost train of thought.
We always do.
The rest of the NFL honors, Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith and Jigba's got 14 votes. McCaffrey in second place at 6. Wow. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, 25 votes. Will Anderson's got 2.
Looks like he can be winning that.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Torah McMillan's got 21, and then Dart's got 3, followed by Shao with 3 as well. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Schwessinger on the Browns.
Literally have not heard his name, not one time.
15. That's because nobody watches Browns games. That's why.
Makes sense.
But he's got 15 votes. And then Emmanuel Wari on the Seahawks got 9. He's a stud.
He is.
And then Abdul Carter, who I would have picked at the beginning of the year, he's got 1 vote. Comeback Player of the Year, you got CMC at 21 votes, and then Aiden Hutchinson at 6. Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel with 15 votes, followed by Kyle Shanahan 7. And this little turd licker, Ben Johnson with 2 votes, and Mike McDonald at 2 votes. Assistant Coach of the Year, Clint Kubiak, 14 votes, followed by Brian Flores with 6. And then they're making up new awards just to include other people.
Of course.
I can't remember what they were. Something super pointless.
And most of those awards as you go down are pretty pointless. But for a best assistant coach or whatever, coordinator coach, there's a secret dark horse in there that should have way more votes than Clint Kubiak, and that's Josh McDaniels. We were talking about him a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah.
You know how many rings this guy has?
You said he had like 6 or 7?
6.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane.
At 6.
Yeah. And like he has a possibility of getting 7.
Yeah,
I mean,
McDaniels was there with Belichick and Brady the whole time.
Right. And I never realized it until the other day. It kind of just popped into my head. It just popped up on my phone that he's won all these. He's been to more Super Bowls than just didn't win them. Like, and dude's a secret dark horse for sure. And has to be one of the best coordinators
in the league that's not talked about. But accolades-wise, awards-wise, Super Bowl wins, pretty sure Josh McDaniels has to be number one, if not number two, of all time. In the coordinator position, at least.
Yeah, he's got all of his Super Bowls had to be with the Patriots because he was on the Patriots from 12 to 21. So did the Patriots win 6 from then?
I don't think so. I think there was more between the 2000s and 2010.
No, that was when he was the offensive coordinator. My fault. He's been in New England. He looks kind of young, but that boy old. He started in New England in 2001.
Okay, that makes sense because that's when I think that's when New England won their first Super Bowl.
In 2000, I believe. No, 2000. I don't know. Yeah, back then when we were young. He was a personal assistant in 01, then defensive assistant 02 to 03, quarterbacks coach to 04, 05, offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach from 06 to 08. Then he left to the Broncos to 9 and 10 as a head coach, and went to the Rams, St. Louis, by the way. In 2011, offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, back to the Patriots, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach for 12 to 21. Then went to the Raiders, win nothing, and then back to the Patriots. Has a chance to get number 7. So he would pass Bill, he would pass Kraft in the championship department, and then tie Brady if the Patriots were to win. No, okay, he wouldn't pass Kraft, but him and Kraft would both be at 7. Brady would be at 7. Belichick would be at 6.
Crazy. He's probably not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer either.
Probably not. Might as well.
Oh, I'm dying over here.
Attaboy.
Well, dude. Well, episode 23 all wrapped up. And we got NFL honors on Thursday. We got Winter Olympics opening night ceremony Friday. I think that's in the afternoon. So tune in wherever you're at because opening ceremonies are always fun to watch. And then we got the Super Bowl on Sunday, and NBA trade deadline also on Thursday. So got a lot going on this week in the world of sports. So we'll be having some fun. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to the first video version episode of the Sports Hive Show. Just a reminder to go ahead and follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, as this is where it'll be posted. And tell your friends and family. That'd be fantastic.
Yippee!
You guys have a great night.